On a quiet Sunday afternoon in October, at the Granville Green bandshell site in Port Hawkesbury, volunteer firefighters gather in full uniform, and flags fly. However, even though these flags aren't, in the strictest definition of the term, flying at half-mast, don't underestimate the solemn and somber nature of this ceremony on Granville Street. The people in these uniforms are members of volunteer fire departments serving under the Strait Area Mutual Aid Association. And due to COVID-19 and its accompanying social distancing protocols, this is the first time since 2019 that these firefighters have been able to gather together to hold a fireman's memorial service. And to further accommodate Nova Scotia's social distancing protocols and gathering limits, this year they're holding the ceremony outside at the Granville Green site on Granville Street in Port Hawkesbury. This is Roy MACKINNON of the HAVRE Boucher District Volunteer Fire Department. Today he has the sad duty of reading the names of nearly 36 volunteer firefighters that have lost their lives since 2019. Some are represented by a single person, others are represented by multiple members of the deceased's family. In each case, a helmet is put on a table in front of the Granville Green stage to honor the fallen. And after each helmet is put on this table, Roy MACKINNON rings a bell, and the sound of that bell spreads into the air on this Sunday afternoon to honor each firefighter that has lost a life in the past 24 months. The ringing of the fire bell gives way to peaceful hymns. Isabella Sampson, an up-and-coming singer-songwriter from Richmond County, plays an instrumental version of How Great Thou Art before proceeding to Amazing Grace. And to end a ceremony that began with Roman Catholic deacon Berkeley Guthrow reciting a fireman's blessing, the chief of the Port Hawkesbury Fire Department, Donald MacDonald, delivers the last alarm.
O God, Supreme Lord of the universe and all humankind, who disposes all things in accordance with thy divine plan, heed our suppliant prayers to you. You have called forth from this world the soul of our fellow firefighters. May your justice and mercy be extended to them in judgment, so they may enjoy rest and peace and happiness with you forever. May your tender compassion be granted to us and to all their loved ones who mourn their passing from this life. Bestow on us the right to be rejoiced with them in possessing you forever in your kingdom of heaven. Amen.
The gravity of this day is not lost on those in attendance, including 3 provincial MLAs from the Strait area, Cape Breton-Canso MP Mike Kellaway, and Port Hawkesbury Mayor Brenda Chisholm-BEATON. 2 days later, at Port Hawkesbury's regular town council meeting, Mayor Chisholm-BEATON offered special acknowledgements to the Port Hawkesbury Fire Department and all those participating in the Firemen's Memorial Service. Following the meeting, when speaking to reporters, here's what the mayor had to say.
Well, it was certainly a humbling and also solemn event, and just the visual act of the placement of the firefighters' helmets on the table in front of the Granville Green stage was just very powerful, and it certainly made me feel grateful that each one of those helmets represented a firefighter that sacrificed a great deal in service to our community, as well as many of the 29 other communities that are directly involved with the mutual aid of the Strait. And just also incredibly grateful watching some of the family help place those helmets on display was also incredibly moving, because of course our firefighters who have passed have made a great sacrifice, but oftentimes we don't think of the families of the firefighters who also sacrifice when there is a response to fire or accident. And oftentimes, they're missing their person quite a bit throughout the year. So it was very moving, and it was also nice to see, despite COVID, it was nice to see that great attendance there. It looked a little like we were going to get rained on, but the sun ended up coming out in the end, which was nice. And I really do thank the Port Hawkesbury Volunteer Fire Department. They did a wonderful job hosting it this year, and it was great to see some of our local MLAs in attendance, as well as our Member of Parliament, Mike Holloway, in attendance, to come out and pay their respect.
And as the firefighters, families, dignitaries, and members of the general public left the Granville Green site on that Sunday afternoon in Port Hawkesbury, they were grateful to finally have an opportunity to say goodbye to so many loved ones who had put their lives on the line every day of their lives to be able to provide security and rescue services to so many others around the Strait area. In Port Hawkesbury, for Telile 24/7, I'm Adam Cook.